Yo, I said, hey, yo, welcome to Disagreeable. This is Disagreeable. I'm disagreeable. Let's get right into it. Let's talk. Let's talk, man. Let's start with the antidotal. Yeah, let's start with a personal experience. I have dated some white women that come from. This was in my younger days, all the way to. It's been spread out, but white women that come from wealthy families, not rich. I mess with a lot of rich bitches. I mean, I'm talking about the wealth level. And there's one that I'm not sure if they're in the wealth level, but I put them there. I'll place them there because they are a member of the tribe. You know what tribe I'm talking about. They are a member of the tribe. They are currently over there right now. They are married to a ID's nuts F. You feel me? So I put them on that level too. And you know what the common thread between all of these women has been? At some point, they tell me an assault story. I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh. But at some point, they tell me an assault story. And the common thread is it's white on white crime. I'll let you know that clearly. It's white on white crime, and it's just some weird, vicious, weirdo shit. Maybe because I'm not like that, and I'm not a goddamn animal. Like, I'm taking race away from this. Maybe that's why I can't even put myself in the headspace of that. But when they told me these things, and that's just the base level. That's just the base level. One of them has told me about shit that confirms all the weird shit I've been thinking for years. You feel me? About like somebody in her family. I think it was her uncle and the chief of police over there and everybody. They had like a little thing going on, like a little ring. You feel me? And looking back, you can see all this, and I don't want to put people out there, yo, because I know some people that know me in like actual life watch this show, and it's not them, but they know who I'm talking about. I don't want it to go, but whoever might know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about. He is from that same hood, multi-million-dollar houses right there by the water. You know what I'm talking about. You feel me? And you know the crazy shit he told us. You feel me? And I'll give you this concession. He is black, but he's from that, like, as you know, I'm half Jamaican, but I am American. I'm American born. You feel me? He's from like the tether culture. You feel me? So they come over here and try to fit in and get in high society and have high end jobs. I'm not gonna say anything more about that. You feel me? It's just this is the culture. This is what they do. And am I saying that black women don't get assaulted? Am I saying that there aren't like fucking black devils out there, whatever, so-called black devils? Of course. Of course. But I'm talking about a culture. You feel me? A culture. And I'm not making any excuses for anybody, but I'm just putting this I'm just putting this observation out there. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but I'm just putting this out there. So-called white people, online at least, always talk about this IQ and this and that, and like, oh, you're on the bottom of society. You're so violent. You're chimping out. Oh, okay, okay. So since you do have the high IQ and you have all the resources and all that stuff, why can't you stop fucking touching the kids and raping? Like, am I too low IQ to understand why to not understand why you can't stop touching the fucking kids? You feel me? Let's get into let's get into the clip. Take it away. Let's take it away from me. Let's take it away from the personal. You feel me? Let's check out. Yeah, let's check out podcast Pinterest joint. Pause. Give me a second. Get the headphones. Hold up. Hold up. Headphones. Let's share.
And find out that someone's into that.
Well, I don't think that the majority or anything close to it of the women were technically, I think it was largely
young,
very young, barely legal, so to speak. But
there's some 9-year-olds in there.
Yeah, there's even younger.
I'll move to you guys. Hold on.
I'll go to chat after this.
Hey, she was 14, guys. Can you get the right?
Oh no, this is just one example.
Dude, there's
just one.
So many.
Yeah.
Right. Dude, come on, she was 14. What is your take? What the f is going on? Woody Allen, now you're defending Epstein?
Woody Allen's a very different story. Woody Allen's totally different.
It's weird you're dating your stepdaughter.
It's still legal.
You can very easily see someone.
Let's say right there, like, if you don't know who that was running cover right there, this old white guy, this is Brian Callen, dog. Brian Callen's father is an international banker. And he's always running cover for this weird shit. And he's kind of bold running cover for this right now, but it is what it is. You feel me? That's who they are, and it's what they do. You feel me? And it's like, when it comes down to shit like this going down, they want to separate them. Like, oh no, like some are J's and those are elites, and like, no, it's white culture. You feel me? That's the issue. If you're like, maybe this is interesting thought exercise, like you're dominating cultures or your so-called dominating cultures. Like, how do you do that? It was, we were from the cold. We were from the cold, so we had to work harder and it raise our IQ or whatever. Whatever the hell they be talking about. Did it raise your level of viciousness? Because we're gonna get into this because niggas can be pretty vicious. You can see. You feel me? As you know, the only. I know you don't really have interactions with niggas in real life, and your only examples of things are like Chicago, things that you see on the news or whatever like that, right? But what's in the culture where you will make a concession on the level of providing children to make deals? Well, what part of the culture is that? What part of high IQ is that?
Woody Allen's totally different.
It's weird you're dating your stepdaughter.
It's still legal.
You can very easily see someone getting involved in that just because girls juice deals. And Jeffrey Epstein, for the past 3 years of their lives has been the best weekend they've ever had. Has made them feel alive again. It's because
and look, I'm assuming this guy's a small hat. Look at him. He looks like he's deteriorating as I'm watching him right now. You feel me? Goddamn Gollum. You feel me? So I'm wait, what's his name? Mike Benz? Yeah. He's of the tribe. So you see them running cover, girls juice deals, and they had the best weekend of their lives, and Jeffrey, they just wanted to be down and shit like that. Nigga. You think I'm sitting on $1 billion, 500 M's or something like that? Like, you can't go find a way to have your own good time?
It's juiced by the girls, the parties, the lifestyle that Epstein allows you to have access to.
But in the public eye, the narrative is underage girls.
So if we found out that somebody we knew was
Let's be careful.
16-year-olds.
Let's be careful. What? Oh, okay. I didn't know where you were going with this. I didn't know.
No, I'm about to leave, dude. I can't be part of this.
When Brendan Schaub is offering the most sensible takes in the room, then you know something's wrong. Ever since the latest Epstein files dropped last week, the usual suspects are playing D for the worst people. And it's no secret that Joe Rogan is compromised. He's been running cover for the elites for a couple of years now. Once Rogan's wealth and influence got their attention, he decided that having calls with the president and dinners with billionaires was worth more to him than being honest with his own audience. Joe sold out for access. He just wanted a seat at the table. And for us, that means we have to listen to him sit in his studio and say things like underage people and in the public eye, the narrative is underage girls. And he does it all with a straight face. But it's not just Rogan that's sold out.
Whoa, what's that?
We all saw what happened last year when some of the biggest comedians in the world bent the knee to the Saudi government and became mouthpieces for the regime. And if that wasn't bad enough, then we had to listen to them come back to America, lecturing us about how morally bankrupt and racist we are for criticizing them for cozying up to a regime who maintains power by suppressing its own people and their free speech. Bill Burr still hasn't recovered from the backlash, and I honestly don't think he ever will. And when you stop and take a step back to take it all in, you realize how far we've come from the days when comedians and podcasters were an alternative to the mainstream media. They were the ones who we trusted to speak their minds and say what everyone was thinking without the network breathing down their necks and censoring them. Fast forward to 2026, and Brendan Schaub seems to be the only one making any sense.
Why are so many people in Hollywood and in powerful positions so into fucking kids? What's the wrong with them? That's what I don't understand.
I have no idea. Is it
Do you know any think about people you know? Do you know anyone who's like, dude, I don't know what it is. These kids.
No,
I like to
never in your entire life have you ever met someone who's into fucking kids?
But I'd like to believe it's very rare still. Like I'd like to believe.
I don't think so at that elite level. There's
Why?
too much. Look at all
But
these
you also
young
see
kids.
That's right, things have gotten so bad now that the guy with CTE and a face full of zins is the only one asking the right questions. I mean, Joe Rogan used to have a show literally called Joe Rogan Questions Everything, which only lasted 6 episodes. Now, more than 10 years later, we have the infamous line from the Kash Patel podcast, "What am I going to do, push back?" It's not just that, though. He also uses the excuse, "I'm just asking questions." That way, the internet can make up their own mind. But he's not even doing that anymore. Joe barely even scratches the surface. Seriously, check out this pathetic attempt from Rogan to discuss the Epstein files. This is the #1 podcaster in the world who gets paid hundreds of millions of dollars every single year to interview interesting and informed guests. And his hot take on Epstein is, yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's just crazy that statutory rape is what took it all down, right? Because it's underage.
Yo, he's talking about these guys and these files like he's talking about them like how people talk about when one of these white teachers are smashing the kids. There's like some hot blonde teacher, she's smashing the kids, and he's like, yeah, there's an underage and they made love. What the fuck? It's not great. As long as it's white culture, it's not great.
Right? That's what took it all down.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be what took Jeffrey Epstein down.
Kind of crazy.
Even that has a really interesting geopolitical history. There was a similar scandal in the early 2000s with a private military contractor called DynCorp. They got in trouble basically trafficking underage kids to Middle Eastern sheikhs. And I believe the reason that was alleged by Congress that they did that was to juice the deals with them. Need the support of the local high-level officials. They need to be happy. And there's several current.
You see, you hear what he's saying. Listen, I know you might understand. Your small black brain or whatever might not understand, but this is white high IQ. This is how you make things happen.
Currencies for that. There's financial payoffs, and there's other things they might like parties and young women. especially in places where, being with the very young female is not illegal. And so I would not be surprised if the Epstein trafficking apparatus started.
Where you mean in places where it's not illegal? Oh, like, you know what? I don't even want to search this on my computer because they're gonna probably, if they put me in some goddamn database, like I'm a weirdo. If I try to look up what country has the lowest age of consent in the world or some shit, like I'm not even gonna look that up. They I know they definitely put my ass in the database. Fuck that. I'm trying to travel. I only
with similar motivations. Not, that it's not necessarily for blackmail, but because it makes clients or customers or, VIP people happy. If you're a 70-year-old billionaire, you can't walk into a bar and leave aside the underage thing. You can't walk into a bar, and meet an 18-year-old who's, I'm presume, these things.
This rationalization is insane. This is high IQ. You feel me? This is moral relativism, the lesser of two evils, moral relativism and shit like that. You feel me? This is the culture. Like if you're a 70 man and you want to smash an 18-year-old, actually you can do that legally in some places. You feel me? You can still stay within the law. You feel me? Look at it, but he's trying to rationalize to make it weird as possible. Like, come on, man. Come on.
Are facilitated at private parties. And it needs to, for a lot of these guys, it has to be discreet. They've got wives, they've got reputations. I worked at a New York law firm, and there's ways that you can make.
Oh, you're from the tribe and you work for a law firm? You don't say. No way, right? No way, right? And now you're trying to make parallels between these parties with underage younger women or whatever Joe Rogan was saying that he doesn't want to say in the files when they said they had all types of 9-year-olds and this and that. And I'm just reporting on the news. Me, I don't really believe shit, and I don't feel like I don't think we would be being shown anything for our benefit. This is for manipulation, soft disclosure, something along those lines. It's not for our benefit. So I don't even take all that shit with a grain of salt. I don't believe shit, but this is what the majority of people believe, so we're going to talk about it. But he's making a parallel between those type of parties and now between him and working at the law firm. Like I said, this is white culture. You feel me? And people who didn't grow up in a so-called real melting pot, because United States is not really a melting pot like that. Miami is a melting pot. I've been in all within the greater cultures, the macro cultures, down to the micro cultures within the macro cultures. You feel me? You got your Eastern Europeans. I've been in the Slavic houses, been in the Ukraine houses, been in the straight Russian houses. Got the Estonian homies and shit like that. South Americans, all different, going seeing the nuances of each cultures, and also the Jewish homies. You feel me? Going to their crib, being in those areas, seeing the different types of Jews. There's the ones who they all come together at the end. But there's ones who don't really give a fuck. They're just like Jewish. You see the nigga eat a pepperoni pizza, you don't give a shit. There's ones who are like live in that neighborhood where they're all getting welfare and all that shit. It's not a bad neighborhood either. It's adjacent to the super rich ones, but they, the ones that they walk in everywhere. You feel me? Wearing the suits and all that. You feel me? I was around all these people, and then there's the ones in between, the businessmen, the Golden Beach motherfuckers. I was around all these people, so you get to see how they move and how they act. But there is a degeneracy. You know what? I don't even want to say that because I have a couple who are really good friends, and I'm fair. But at the end of the day, you know what? I got to be real about it. I was trying to shoot some bail, and I can't even do that because now that I'm thinking about it, even the homie was a good homie, and I think about it, he was involved in the level of degeneracy too young. You feel me? Now I'm thinking back to how fucking young we were. Yeah. You're in it too.
A partner, at least this was kind of the vibe that I felt like Some people make partner because they're really good technically at what they do. There's some people who make partner because they know they brought in one client who's just a really big rainmaker. And there's some people who move up because they open doors to partners while they're associates.
They open doors. This guy is a creep, dog. I'm telling you, it's culture. And I don't want to put it on every single one of y'all, but I can't separate. This shit's nasty, dog. This shit's nasty. We need the good white people to stand up, man. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? You feel me? And don't come over here. If there's some white guys passing through this show, don't come over here thinking like, oh, this is some like liberal, this thing. No. I'm American, motherfucker. You feel me? And we have an occult society problem. But it seems to be just your culture. So if it's not, correct me.
They introduce them to someone, and the partners just like being around that person because they get access to that person in a currency that they can't get on their own. And that includes hosting, cool, exotic parties, having, attractive women.
What if I told you this dish was actually healthy?
Cool, exotic parties. This guy, y'all culture is wild.
Every time this guy says juice and deals in the same sentence, I physically cringe. The mental gymnastics from Mike Benz to distract from what's really going on.
Look at this guy's face. It's his dream in life to get to the island. He mad as hell that they changing operations and shit. Look at this thing.
Is crazy. We're in the middle of one of the biggest political cover-ups in history, with millions of documents detailing some of the most heinous crimes imaginable, and Rogan invites a former State Department hack on the show to lay it all out for us. This guy's sitting there saying shit like cool exotic parties with attractive women who are used as a currency to keep them happy so they can juice the deals. And Slow Joe's sitting there squinting his eyes while nodding his...
Even when I was living at in my lowest root chakra, you feel me? Even when I was out toting a goddamn pistol, rubber grip, camo rubber grip, 357 revolver, hollow tip. This is not for show. This is to kill. You feel me? Even back in those days, you feel me? The Wild Wild West days, street pharmacist days and shit like that. Half a pimp type shit days, living in the lowest chakra. You think who do you think are coming to me and be like, hey, you want to get a really good deal? You know what? I'm gonna give you 50 bricks. I'm gonna give you 50 bricks, bro. I'm like, okay, that sounds crazy. What's going on? I just need you to bring me some kids. What the fuck? Do you think that even goes past the next level, the juicing the deal? What the fuck are you talking about? But this is white culture.
Oversized shiny head. Could this seriously get any worse? The guy who built an empire off the back of being this free-thinking spirit who is beholden to nobody is now clearly afraid to ask any questions that could implicate his billionaire buddies. Just take a look at how he decides to wrap up the episode with Greg Fitzsimmons as soon as Jamie pulls up an article about Peter Thiel's Palantir.
Palantir app ICE uses to find neighborhoods to raid. Yeah. So it is Palantir, at least for that.
Yeah, the article he had, it was blocked by a paywall. I was trying to get around.
Nut.
I don't care about that. They're just making the point that Joe Rogan is compromised. He wouldn't even talk. He'd be hanging out with with Peter. Is that his name? Peter Thiel. He's in it. He shut down the show on Greg Fitzsimmons. Greg Fitzsimmons is a funny white guy.
Episode with Theo Von, where Rogan was gaslighting Theo and trying to convince him that he was overthinking things, while Theo was clearly having an existential crisis and clearly calling out for help, All of this is suspicious. Whenever someone brings up Palantir or Peter Thiel, Joe will quickly change the subject or move things along. It's now clearer than ever whose side he's on. And that extends to the Epstein files. If you thought the mental gymnastics in that previous clip was bad, wait until you see these clowns trying to convince themselves that trafficking is just part of doing business as long as it's not kids.
It's so easy to become a pod.
It's a white culture. They're just telling on themselves. I'm saying this is soft disclosure. We're not exposing anything. Oh, look, we're getting the files and all this. No.
That's a very specific illicit desire to want underage people.
Well,
It's a very specific illicit desire. That sounds disgusting. Just say that sounds disgusting. You don't need all them words. Say it's of the devil. It should be eradicated. It's repugnant.
Even find out that someone's into that.
Well, I don't think that the majority or anything close to it of the women were, barely legal, so to speak. But and I know that there were cases of underage, but I think
most of it was just
of it was just very, very young, but not like
20-year-old,
not
girls,
like 13
18-year-old girls.
type thing.
20-year-old girls, 18-year-old girls. No. See, even let me not self-deprecate. You feel me? We don't speak that into this, but even someone else that's not me who might be a low moral standard. You feel me? Who would or what society would deem a low moral standard, who would smash a 20-year-old. You feel me? That's what they're trying to make it seem like what was going on in this island. There's a very thick line, not a thin line. There's a thick line between 20 and 15 and 14 and shit like that. You feel me? There's a thick, and that's what's in the paperwork. You feel me? And me, I don't even like to concentrate on that because I'm like, that's trying to obfuscate from the fucking kids. Yes, charge them for everything. Charge them for everything. The 17-year-olds all the way down. Charge them for all of that shit. But we need to concentrate on the kids and the rituals and see who's really going to get up in arms about this. Are the people who have the resources and the so-called high IQs going to get up in arms about it? Or are they going to expose themselves and reveal that this is just white culture?
Many of the clients are in countries that don't necessarily have the same norms about that that we do. You can very easily see someone getting involved in that just because girls juice deals. I do think that girls juice deals, and the fact that he had the coolest parties on a private island with the hottest girls is something that
brought in
makes
a lot of intellectuals, stimulating conversations, scientists, all these very interesting people. So that was part of the thing, right?
Try hosting a cool party as a guy with a bad ratio, so to speak.
Sausage party.
With a sausage party, you become an important person to know in the network. Because
this is so weird. This is so weird. You feel me? But I guess I'm not supposed to understand it. My IQ isn't high enough to understand why you need to have 15-year-olds and 9-year-old girls and little boys. My IQ isn't high enough to understand that.
Because basically every male has a desire for attractive women, not saying underage, obviously, but that is like a universal biological desire for men to want to be around attractive women.
And what did they do for gay guys?
I have no idea. Again,
the whole point is he's throwing these very attractive, cool parties to get all these people together.
Very attractive, cool parties. You feel me? This is the whole tone of this entire episode. You feel me? So it's either one of two things. They're covering up, obviously. Actually, it could be both. They're covering up and it's white culture.
But that's what juices deals.
Right.
I swear, if this guy says girls juice deals one more time, I'm going to throw up. It's like he was given a list of approved words to repeat on this episode. And the thing is, I cut this down into shorter clips for you guys. In the full episode, he rambles on and on for ages about these cool parties and using the hottest girls as a currency.
Yeah, I'm tired of this guy. Look at him. Look at him. Prove me wrong. Tell me it's not white culture. They're going to be like, oh, he's a J. No, you're all white. You're all white. You just like to separate yourselves because you enjoy caste systems. So you like to separate yourselves and to say there's some different type of whites. No, you're all white. You're just the lesser whites. By your standard, not by mine. By your standard, because you use this IQ scale, right? And the J's have the highest one, so you should be subservient to them as the lesser whites. But let's see some other. Yeah, I'm saying we're all in the same basket. You feel me? I'm here to break your delusion and illusion. You feel me? We was Vikings. We was German engineers. No, you were peasants under monarchical systems, serfs, fiefs, fiefdoms.
See, while I was
yeah.
What about all the young
Overall,
kids?
it sounds like he was he was a pimp to nerds.
What about the young kid though?
He had a penchant for like 14, 15,
And so did some other very famous.
Well, there's a lot of
politicians.
emails. Like there's
We
emails
don't
saying
know yet,
really
right?
enjoyed that the 9-year-old, was it 9-year-old
Nice.
Brazilian?
Nice.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
Wait, what?
massages on kids and shit.
Wait,
Yeah.
where'd that
They
come
said
in?
really enjoyed the young one
Who
today.
said that?
Yeah.
There's
It's all in the files.
some 9-year-olds in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's even younger.
Who moved to you guys? Hold on.
I'll go to chat after this.
Hey, she was 14, guys. Can you get the right?
Oh no, this is just
No,
one
that's
example.
dude. There's
This is just one.
so many.
Yeah.
Frank,
And
this
I
dude,
mean-
come on, she was 14.
To-
What
to-
is your take today? What the is going on? Woody Allen, now you're defending Epstein?
Woody Allen's a very different story. Woody Allen's
Well,
totally different.
it's weird. You're dating your stepdaughter.
It's still legal.
Let's just pause for a minute and appreciate exactly what's going on here in the latest episode of The Fighter and the Kid.
I repeat again, so those who might not know, Brian Callen, his father is an international banker. He comes from a bloodline. He's into this weird shit. It's white culture.
We've got Brian Callen, a 60-year-old washed-up comedian with allegations leveled against him by multiple women going back over 20 years, sitting on a podcast that nobody watches, identifying with Epstein and his buddies. So this is Brian's hot take on the Epstein situation that he has everyone calling him out on. Yeah, maybe there were some kids involved. That sucks, but for the most part, it sounded like just a bunch of middle-aged rich guys hanging out with kids. Hang on, what? This is one of those times where someone's literally telling you who they are, and all you've got to do is believe them. Since when were 16 and 17-year-old girls not classified as kids? Brian's like, yeah, but this kind of stuff has always been going on, so what's the big deal?
Brian's letting you see, these other guys on the show are like the lower class of whites. Brian Callen's father was an international banker. He's from the highest class of whites, and the higher your IQ gets, the more you want to touch, the more you guys want to touch a kid. That's white. That's what's going on.
One time I get it. One time they probably get me.
But when you go back,
When you're when like Bill Gates and Bill Clinton, when you're there 20 times, like but
here,
Mhm.
hey,
buddy.
hey,
Dude,
can I give you
but
a?
buddy.
Can I give you a just?
there's a hefty amount of people who are trying to hang out with them. Post.
Yeah, my question is: back then, is it possible they didn't know that he had been?
That's what Elon Musk is trying to say.
Yeah.
What else would they say?
But what?
I haven't dug through these things. I have better things to do. But I've seen the snippets here and there, and the Elon Musk has an email like begging Jeffrey Epstein to go to the island. It's like, I want to go turn up. I'm paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing. He's like, I really want to go to the island. I want to go to a wild party. I want to go to one of the crazier parties or whatever. And I think they're kind of like get the fuck out of here, little nigga. That's where you see the party. That's where you see the power dynamic. When you begging some random Mossad guy on the island to go touch up on the kids with him, and he's kind of like, man, and you're so-called, is he the richest or one of the richest guys in the world or whatever? I don't keep track of these numbers that don't mean anything. By the time you get to a certain number, who gives a shit? It's just about power, right? Well, once you get to a certain number, you think they give a fuck about dollars and cents and shit like that. So I don't really keep track of it, but he's like one of the richest guys in the world, right? And he's begging this guy to go hang out on the island. You don't have enough money to get your own party popping? It seems very occult. Like they have to go and deal within these circles to gain certain power. Now let's not get too far off track. I just want to keep it on this level of white culture. We're not going to go into the Satan worship.
What would you say? We're just new. Whoop, you got me.
But my problem with this whole argument is you're talking about some of the most powerful, smart people in the world. You think they're that naive? They all go to this island, just nobody knew.
Oh, I think
just everyone's like, "What's this?"
Oh, I think none of them would be dumb enough to be with a
dude. You know what happened?
So watch this. If you're Bill Gates, the highest profile person, Bill Clinton,
he was with,
and you know that a guy who did time as a has a party, would you go anywhere near that motherfucker?
I mean, Bill Clinton would.
That guy would.
Talking about the guy goes sucks in the Oval Office. You think the guy has morals? You think that?
Yeah, my bad. My phone changing my connections. It's fucking it up. Hold up.
That guy's looking into it.
I don't think he has morals. I'm saying.
Whack.
I don't think he gives a fuck. And there's no social media.
From a
dude, you know now. From
he would go.
If you're trying to stay lean and jacked and athletic,
That's what you got, bro.
All right, I'm going to let Brian Callen, Joe Rogan, and Mike Benz in on a little secret. It's not that they didn't know about what was going on at the island and at Palm Beach and in New York. It's not that they didn't know. It's because they knew what was going on. That's why they kept on going back for more. I can't believe these guys are sitting there and acting all confused as to why all these elites would want to hang out with Jeffrey Epstein.
No, this is a very important part of white culture. When things aren't in your favor, aesthetically, just acting very confused and dumb, like you don't know what's going on. But on the other hand, you have the highest IQs and you're most intellectual. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to interpret this with my tiny IQ.
Epstein, after he got busted back in 2008 and was registered as an offender. That is precisely why they hung out with him. They liked it and they wanted more, so they kept going back. It wasn't about cool, exotic parties with the hottest women. It was about Epstein enabling them to do all the dirty shit they were too afraid to organize for themselves. But Brian really takes it to a whole new level here. See, Rogan is clearly compromised and running D for his buddies.
That's where I disagree. These guys have more than enough money, power, connections to organize any type of a weirdo shit they want to organize. There is an occult aspect to this. There's another level in the nature of reality that's hidden from us because, IQ is not high enough or whatever.
He's the #1 podcast in the world. He's got a massive reach and influence. He's got to make sure he doesn't ask too many of the right questions to embarrass them. Brian Callen doesn't have any of those problems. He's just a creepy dumbass who has
all this shit. Like, this is my problem with everything. There's a 3 million page dump. I don't know what the was some crazy person saying something.
It's meant to be that way. It's meant to be that way.
I mean,
just throwing shit.
I don't know where to look.
Yeah, so this is what they want. So it's like these smoke screens, right?
Right.
They want all this.
That's how I
So then the public goes, I don't know what the fuck.
I've asked so many people.
And Trump goes, right?
Yeah.
I told you there's nothing there. Like,
it's mockery at best. It's mockery at least. Psychological operation at best. Probably all together rolled up into one. Because what the fuck are you gonna do? Yeah, they dropped 3 million pages of evidence. What the fuck are you gonna do about it, pleb? Serf? Slave? I know you white guys don't like that one, but guess what? You're feel me? Under this monarchical system. Techno monarchy, corporate monarchy, whatever you want to call it. I still think it's the old bloodline, still under the same families. Same family, same cousins, same people are doing the same things. You know what? I'm getting too deep for you guys. You guys don't know about that. Epstein equal, okay. We got platypus in the house. Epstein equal Littlefinger. I did watch that show like a season or something. Wait, is that what I think it is? What was Littlefinger from? He was from that shit with the dragons. What was that shit called? House of Dragons? You can tell I don't watch TV. What the fuck? I'm like, I Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. That's what it was. But you know what? I don't really believe it. They want you to think that it's some like oh, this is some super spy type shit, and they're just doing espionage, and he could catch all these people up because he could throw these parties. They didn't want to throw these parties themselves. I mean, man, these guys are fucking multi-billionaires. You have the plugs and money to facilitate anything that you want to facilitate. There's a deeper level to this. There's an occult level to this. The occult in the literal meaning. There's a hidden step behind this that might be spiritual, negative, weird as hell. You feel me? They're going to bow the knee first. There's just something deeper going on, and I don't know what it is because it's white culture, and my IQ might not be high enough. You feel me? It's white culture, and maybe even the lesser whites, the non-Jays, can't understand because I'm just going by their rules because they run everything off this IQ scale, and the Jays have higher IQs than the lesser whites on average. So maybe the lesser whites can't even understand. Maybe you lesser whites are right down here with me, trying to like what, just thinking like, oh, what the hell is wrong with these things? You feel me? But I doubt it. I think you know what's going on, and it's your culture. You really don't care.
Where do we start?
Well, Cash Patel with his bug eyes lying under oath saying that there's nothing in there about underage kids is crazy.
I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I think all of it's to cause confusion. So then eventually the pub goes, all right, there's some people that this is their jam.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, you could drop 3 million pages. Nigga, you could drop 10 million pages. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it?
They will go through it.
CoffeeZilla's been doing.
It'll come out months later, but they will go
on what's like the top.
He's good. We need to get him on. I want to hear his take on.
Platypus says, I don't know. My IQ is 140. Okay. It's very. Let me not argue. Let me not argue against that. No, you're 140. You are. I mean, if there's some white guys pass through your show, watch the playback, they're gonna be mad. Platypus is black, from what I understand. You feel me? He got the 140 on your guy's scale, and he don't even understand why you're touching the kids, or maybe he does.
What's he saying about it?
Well, he had a whole 20-minute long video about all the actual things that are verified. He's great at independent journalism.
He's really good.
CoffeeZilla lives really close to us.
Does he?
Want to hit him up?
On,
San Antonio's close.
Yeah. Let's get him on.
That guy knows a shit.
Yeah. I want to hear what he has to say about this.
And my dad, watching Fox News all day, hears nothing about this shit.
He just goes YouTube though. That's how he makes a living. Yeah. He has like 20 million views on this.
Whoa. What's that?
Yo, I think I saw Wavy in the chat. Hold on.
That pause right there is poetic. 2 days ago, CoffeeZilla posted a 37-minute video detailing some of the worst allegations from the files, which now has 4.5 million views, 5 days.
Yes, and here's the thing to me. It's like, people are such performative monkeys. Like, oh, now we care about ICE. Now we care about Puerto Rico. I see it in like Jamaica. I'm like, hold up. Like, black people we're like Puerto Ricans are like, hey, you dumbasses, Puerto Rico's part of America. Nigga, we know Puerto Rico's part of America. Nigga, you niggas are conquered. It is what it is. But the thing is, I know you've been wanting to succeed from America for a long time. So you want to be American I'm missing the point. people are so programmed that, like, the media gives them the script to care about and what to have compassion for day by day, what to fulfill, what to fill their mind with, what to occupy their mind with. Oh, there's Ice and there's Bad Bunny, there's Super Bowls and all this. Like, I'm like, I feel so disconnected from everyone in society. Feel me? Like, I was looking on Instagram the other day and I saw some, I don't know how I ended up in the autistic algorithm. And I started thinking, man, I wish I was fucking Down syndrome, dog. But there seems like a Down syndrome where they hit a certain level where it seems like just happy, just like you just here, you don't even know nothing. And I mean the ones that really ain't doing shit, but they can do one thing good, like shoot the basketball from anywhere and make it. You feel me? One of them niggas. You feel me? Platypus, maybe Platypus, his IQ is too smart. Excuse me. That's how you know my IQ ain't shit. He says his IQ is too high. He's laughing at it, but he can't understand because he's liking it up there in the heavens. You feel me? I'm just smart enough to hate everything. And here's the thing, they're showing Bill Gates and all this shit. I'm like, we've been talking about this shit for forever. Am I supposed to be surprised at this now? Oh my God, they're touching the kids. Yes, they're touching the kids. They're eating them. You feel me? And how come me, with my low black IQ, I've known this forever, goddamn 20 years. goddamn 18 years and shit like that. But the whites haven't done anything about it with all the access to information and resources and all that shit. They haven't done shit. It must be your culture. It must be your culture.
Years ago, he had a 16-minute video that has over 6 million views, and Brian Callen's sitting there saying, I'd love to hear what he thinks about all of this. We should get him on the show. Why in the fuck would CoffeeZilla go on The Fighter and the Kid?
Actually, I'm tired of this. Yesterday's conspiracies become today's truth. You feel me? I did that. There is no difference. It's one ongoing conspiracy. You feel me? There's one ongoing conspiracy where if you can recognize it, then you are somewhere close to understanding the quote unquote truth. And then there's just the ongoing psyop of reality. You feel me? The ongoing psyop of the banking systems. Of all this just is psyop on top of psyop, is turtles all the way down. You feel me? Wavy, did you ever text me, dog? Because I'm quick to block a number, and I was like, damn, did I block this nigga's number? Because I got like a text from a random number, and it's just like I didn't think it would be how you would speak. So I was like, I don't know who the fuck this is. I just blocked the number. So maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I'm. So I was like, nah, Wavy wouldn't talk like this. I was like, who the fuck is this? Then I just blocked that shit. So just let me know what your area code is. Let me know what your area code is. So I could look in that list and see if that was you. If you did hit me up. But yeah, I don't have anything else for the show. I just want to come in and speak on this shit for a second. In the community post, I'll drop something about my other channel. I'm trying to get it together. I want to be able to stick onto deeper topics, or more weird occult topics, healing modalities, vision modalities and shit like that. Just weird shit in general. Not really a fear porn conspiracy channel or anything like that, but more of a what we can do with certain ideas. All right, that's Gmail. Hold up, that's Gmail. Yo, what's good? What's good, Magical Family? Yeah. But yeah, I've been here for a minute. I know it makes sense everybody would pull up at the last minute, but I'm not hanging around. I'm tired of speaking. So Same to you, Magical Family. Same to you, Magical Family. I'll link you. I'll link you, dog. Feel me? I've been in the lab. You know, I fucked up my knee doing some dumb shit. So yeah, I've been down for like a damn month. You feel me? But you already know. You already know how it goes. This is disagreeable. I'm disagreeable. We are disagreeable. I'm out. Yo, Wavy, I'm assuming that's Gmail. So yeah. Peace.